channel.
All right, guys, thanks for staying with us and welcome back to Final Weeks, where we give you detailed analysis of sport from fans' reaction to pre and post match analysis, and of course, in-depth match analysis. Of course, I have my brothers here with me, Official and Ugochukwu, guys. Good to have you guys back on set. Yes, we kind enough join us on the social media platform on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, we bring the full package all at Final Whistle 931. One notable that have stormed the Super Eagles camp that's giving us a lot of worries and concerns. The Nigerian football lovers and fans are cheering up this guy in a very high level. Official Benjamin Fredrick is the name.
They give us worry. You don't give me worry. Give me joy.
Give us joy.
Giving a lot of senior players worries.
Yeah.
You know that he's coming to take that position.
Okay.
Wow, Benjamin Fredrick, the Brentford player, those still are the unders, but he was so solid in training. I think one of the positive thing of Ahmed Musa leaving the camp is Benjamin Fredrick.
Yes.
Because if Ahmed Musa never left the camp,
Space for no day for him, yeah.
Chelle wouldn't have invited him for the training and full 90 minutes against Jamaica in the finals in the unit squad. Believe me, though we considered 2 goals, but I would say none of those goals were his fault, because if not for him, we would have considered way more.
Exactly.
We saw him mop up for the likes of Ismail Sadiq, cover up for the likes of Igor Ogbo at times, the partnership and every other thing. He's solid. One of his strongest attributes is passing up the ball. You understand? In just a concluded position we did earlier, where I talked about defenders being elite of the game now, not just putting out the ball, trying to start play from the defense. We have seen keepers now having more short passes, have more introduction. I think Arsenal fan will understand what I'm saying. As a defender, you need to control the game. We have seen it. Best defenders now, the greatest names now know how to play the ball. They are skillful now. Goals, assists, attributing to defense. And he's one of those players that can do it all. Just at 20 years old, he'll be 21 next year, because he was born May 2005. I'm telling you, the future is at hold for him, Benjamin Fredrick. And hopefully he's not one of those names that die in the ranks of the Super League. Where was this guy the last 4 or 5 years? And the good thing is, he's under a manager that likes youngsters, that knows how to harness and manage potential. Believe me, train a player in the deep in the final, and he can play as solid as we think. For 20 years old, shows a lot. And the good thing is, he's playing in London. Yes, in Brentford. One of the homes now for a lot of Nigerian players, because we have Frank Onyeka playing there, we have Kayode playing there now, and Benjamin Fredrick's there now. It's a good thing that Brentford are trying to keep up a culture, and hopefully these Nigerian boys tend to give them long-lasting trophies and loyalty and whatever. So it's a good thing. So Benjamin Fredrick, I think the only deficiency of his game is his height. And we have seen centre backs now being shot and no problem. The likes of
Martinez is there.
Martinez and everything too. We still saw him win aerial draws against Jamaica. To tell you that yes, that won't be a deficiency at all. So I think it's one to look out for. And for his stature, you understand, strong, knows how to play the African type of football. We're going to be looking at the World Cup. We're going to be looking at the AFCON tournament, where we see a lot of bullies as strikers in the AFCON. You understand? So I think if he's given the nod, one of those matches is something that he can do something. Considering the fact that if you look at our last match against Zimbabwe, competitive match against Zimbabwe, we talked about Chelle not trusting players enough to come to keep up the work and everything. Since he's the one that gave Benjamin Fredrick his debut, I'm telling you, if we have that kind of player on the bench, him more trusting. So it's a good thing that he's already into the mix of senior players with the likes of Moses Simon. He has camped with them already. So in subsequent call-ups, if he's eventually invited, it won't be so starstruck again. You understand?
It's more flexible for him now.
Flexible to be used to the system and the terrain, and hopefully he's one of those names that we see come up to the ranks.
I think the confidence level for me from Benjamin Fredrick is top notch. You see when he holds the ball.
Yes,
he doesn't feel shaky at all. The confidence is there, and with Chris Ekong and Ajayi aging out, I think we are in good hand. Official about Ugochukwu. Benjamin Fredrick is making wave in the media. What do you have to tell me about that?
I would have to start from when we talk about why there's a need to improve our grassroots football.
Okay.
This is a typical example.
Yeah.
Now, this guy is a product of his boss, Moses Simon.
Veteran Moses Simon, the Messiah of Nantes.
Now, he is the owner of the academy, which is Simon Bell Academy, that's based in Kaduna, where Benjamin Fredrick graduated from, before eventually making a move to Nasarawa United. Then obviously played for the under-20, where that was where a lot of Nigerians saw him, and he got that move that got him to Brentford. But when we talk about grassroots football, that impact it has on a player, we saw it firsthand. When he came on, he was not shaky, because the foundation is there. And big ups to Moses Simon. That's when we talk about players that come back and give back to the society where they came out from. I think this is a lovely one.
Similar with Benue people now.
What's this?
But you continue.
Imagine playing on the same stage with the person that you all of your academy in the same Super Eagles.
Yeah.
So that's a lovely one. I think for Benjamin Fredrick, even when I knew he was destined for greatness was under 20, 2023. I played all the game, all the matches, and they eventually crashed out in the semi-finals. But right there and then, Scout knew that this boy was potential, good. And look at it now, we are seeing it. Went to Brentford, bossed the whole place to the extent that he won the best player of under 20. Just this concluded season. Now he came into the Super Eagles, and we saw him do things that the one clearance he made, I was like, man, that was timely.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I love the fact that he's young, he's teachable.
Has a lot of time.
Yeah. So I feel like he is the future. And when I think Chelle is one of the happiest men alive right now because we've talked about that defense line 1,000 times. How we keep conceding goals.
Too many goals.
In as much as we have the best attackers, our game tally will always be either 2-1, 2-2, because we know they keep clean sheets. And it's a problem. When you go to the big stage, the World Cup, where you have more fast strikers, more fast midfielders, 2 seconds, they don't score run up on us. So we cannot score a goal in the first half, and Nigerians will be rest assured that, bad as bad, the game will end 1-0. And the truth is, you need that kind of game. A typical example, Chelsea won the Premier League under Antonio Conte. How many 1-0? How many 1-0 did you win now? Sometimes you need to be compact. So, that going back to the back line, I think Benjamin Fredrick has a lot to give. And he's teachable. So, with Chelle, who is a defender. Remember when Chelle came, the first training section, he held a special one for the defenders. Because that's our weakest link. See that from that back, go goalkeeper. Problem there that side. So I think I'm really glad and big ups to, like I said, big ups to Moses Simon. This is a lovely one. I think we're thanking him for that one, and then for the guy, the player himself, it is hard work.
It's hard work.
It's hard work.
You know, talking about hard work, do you know that he can actually play different positions?
Yes, right back.
He can play as a right back, as a central defender.
Very good.
Good on both feet. In terms of, we're talking about diagonals. I think is one of those things that he can actually bring to the game. Then talking about age as a yardstick, because I see a lot of Nigerian football fans that say, 20 years old, you throw him into Super Eagles, this and that. I say, I don't.
Age no matter. That.
Age is just a number.
Let's stop that age.
We're talking about players now winning the Champions League. See Desiree Dre scoring in Champions League final 2 goals.
Yamil Lamar, how many years?
See Jamal, semi-finals in the Champions League, Euro Championship.
Ahmed Musa.
What I'm talking about.
How old was he when he came to the Super?
All those players. All those Finidi, they were young. Very young. They came to the Super. They were very young.
That was not be retiree plan.
Finidi was in Ajax. Very young. One of the best wingers in the world, winning the Champions League. They were very, very young. Celestine Babayaro, very young in Chelsea. Very young in Chelsea. There was this record. I think at the time, I think it's the second highest, youngest Champions League debutant ever. I don't know if the record has been broken. It's because they gave this guy very young. Martins, them, the Unity Cup, very young. So the same courtesy needs to be applied to this player. That's why sometimes when we frown at the likes of Iheanacho, Chelle, Musa, people think it's because we have something against them. No. You guys had your time when you were young. But let's make shift for other this player when you're young. I'm telling you, Benjamin Fredrick is a player that, as I said, aside from looking at the player, I'm so thankful that we have this kind of manager now. Because aside the player, it's another different thing to have the player. If now other coaches we have, I don't want to call names of other coaches we have. I'm telling you, we'll die in transition. True. We will not hear his name again. We will never hear his name again because we have seen many players pick up from the under-17, how good they are. They will disband that team. Under-20, they will disband that team. Under-23, they will disband that team.
No continuity.
Hopefully, Benjamin Fredrick is one name we see retired the likes of Trusteko. I'll give you a typical example when I made mention of Joseph Yobo. Joseph Yobo was still in that team when Kenneth Omele was playing, but Joseph Yobo was on the bench trying to mentor one or two things, the camping and everything. That is why I say the training process is always very important. Once you camp these players, they do 5-6 training sessions together.
You understand?
Senior man, that's what they do. Don't be everything coach will teach you. Some kind of one senior man will tell you why did they call me senior man. See how they do and then you learn a lot. That's why we see all these players, they call them Marcelo Regen, Ronaldo Regen. They are linking Yamal now with likes of Messi. It's because they have seen Messi play, and there's something similar with that kind of pattern.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get to see him come up the ranks.
All right, thank you, official. Thank you, Gochuku. But not be senior man cares with the talk. We're talking about senior mans that can really, really teach you what to know. I think hard work pays, and Benjamin Fredrick is a typical example of that. This guy has been good from the unders. Now he's in the Super Eagles and he's making the most. I think it's a headache for William Trust Ekon and whoever that is there. Say, me, anybody where they there, I think this guy is coming to push you over, and it's good that Erishika Chelle give this guy a chance to prove himself. Of course, he's proving himself. Big shout out to Mosik Simon on giving us this real gem. This guy is doing the most. Yes, that's our time. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you again next time. Thank you.